Good morning, my students, and welcome to your English class. Today, my children, we are going to continue with the review of the verb to be, which is one of the most important topics of this class, okay? Very good. Now, two questions for you, my children. The first one, what is the verb to be? We use it for what? ¿Para qué le vamos a utilizar? Okay? Very good. Remember, the verb to be in Spanish means ser o estar. And we use it to talk about our physique, para hablar sobre nuestro físico. If we are tall, if we are short, if we are thin, if we are fat, or to talk about the things that we do, the work or the jobs, okay? If we are a policeman, a fireman, a nurse, a postman, okay? Para hablar sobre lo que realizamos, nuestro trabajo, okay? And the second question for you, my children, what is one of the most important parts of the verb to be? Okay? ¿Qué es lo que necesitamos? Es una parte muy importante para el verbo to be. What is it? The pronouns. Excellent. Good work, my children. Now, the pronouns, what are they? ¿Qué son esos pronouns? Los pronombres, ¿qué son? What are they? Okay? Those are words that we use instead of saying a full name. En lugar de decir un nombre completo, we use a pronoun to give it a little, to shorten that name. Para cortar esa palabra del nombre, utilizamos un pronombre para ser un poco más rápidos, más directos, ¿ok? For example, instead of saying Francisco, en lugar de decir todo ese nombre, Francisco, we are going to say he. Instead of saying Carolina, a full name, un nombre completo, we are going to say she, okay? As you can see, shorter, más corto cuando nos referimos a una persona, okay? Very good. Now, let's repeat all the pronouns in form of the list, starting with the first one, okay? I am going to say it first. Please repeat after me. I, you. Remember, you for boy or for girl. It can be for the two of them, okay? Let's continue with the third one. He is for boy only for boy. He. Let's continue with she, okay? She is for girl. Let's continue with it for an object or an animal, okay? Any type of animal. We remember, nosotros, including the teacher, we, all of us, todos, and they, only for a group of people, they, ellos, okay? Very good. One more time. I, you, he, she, it, we, and they, okay? They, not the teacher. The teacher is not included in they, okay? Now, we're going to associate the pronouns, the verb to be, with a job, okay? Yesterday, we saw doctor. Today, we are going to put policeman in the sentences, okay? Let's start. I'm going to say it first. Please repeat after me. I am a policeman. Yo soy un policía. Recuerden el verbo to be, ser o estar. I am a policeman. You are a policeman. Tú eres un policía. He is a policeman. Él es un policía. She is a policeman. Ella es un policía. It is a policeman. Eso es un policía. We are policemen. Nosotros somos policías. They are policemen. Okay? Ellos son policías. Okay? Very good, my children. Now, it's very important that you continue practicing and remembering the verb to be. Okay? It's very important. Tomorrow, we're going to continue with the review because we are going to work constantly with this topic because it's very important, okay? But it's also very important that you practice it at home. Remember, you need a pronoun, the verb to be, and a job. If you want, you can practice it with the nurse. I am a nurse, and then you continue with the next pronouns, okay? Very good. And also, yesterday we saw the topic means of communication or objects of communication. And we saw several objects. The most common were the radio, the movies, the television, the fax, the telephone, and what was the other? Let me see if you remember. The fax, okay? Those were one of the most common. And remember, those objects, we use them if we want to listen to music, if we want to dance, we turn on the radio. If we want to be informed about what is happening in the world, si nos queremos informar sobre lo que sucede en el mundo, we watch the television. Also, we can hear it through the radio. We can go to a movies. We can go to the movies, which is the cine in Spanish. We can watch images, okay, information that is sending the movies to us. We also can read the newspaper. Podemos leer un periódico, okay, which contains the news that are happening in the world, que contienen las noticias que suceden. Or we can communicate through other people in the telephone or the cell phone or using a fax. Remember, the fax machine, it's an object that contains printed information, que contiene información impresa, okay? And we send it to another country, to another person, para enviar a otra persona de otro país, okay? That's the fax. Very good. Today, my children, we're going to continue working with some sentences. Remember, sentences are also very important to learn them, okay? Very good. And here we have 3 sentences in which we have to work. Very good. The first word, remember, using ordinal numbers. The first word, it says, the kangaroo lives in Australia, okay? Very good. The kangaroo lives, the word lives means in Spanish, vive, okay? Lives in Australia, which is another country from the planet, okay? Es otro país. Very good. Please repeat after me. The kangaroo, el canguro, lives in Australia. Vive en Australia, okay? That's the first sentence. Let's continue with the second one. The second sentence, it says, my mother is in the kitchen. One more time. My mother is in the kitchen. Mi mamá está en la cocina, okay? That's the second sentence. Let's continue with the third one. The third sentence, it says, the pumpkin. The pumpkin, remember in Halloween we use a lot of pumpkins. Pumpkin is orange. One more time. The pumpkin is orange, okay? La calabaza es naranja, okay? And we had a fourth sentence in which I'm going to read it because I didn't have the space to draw it, but I'm going to read it to you and we're going to discuss it, okay? The fourth sentence, it says, the snake is an animal of the jungle. Now, the jungle, it's a place that is all covered with big forests, with plants, with trees, with tall grass, pasto muy alto, covered with big trees, grandes árboles, okay? That is a jungle, and it's also part of a very, very well-known movie called The Jungle Book. Hay una película llamada Libro de la Selva. So jungle in Spanish means selva. And the snake is an animal of the jungle. We can find a lot of snakes in a jungle, okay? Podemos encontrar muchas serpientes en las junglas. And whenever if we visit the jungle one day, we must be careful, because if we find one, it's very dangerous. Okay, so we have to be very careful. Now, those are the sentences of the day, my children, and these are part of the work of your teddy book. So don't forget to copy the word. Remember to leave spaces. Recuerden, es muy importante dejar espacios. Letters per square, letras por cuadritos. Sometimes there are letters that require 2 squares. Hay letras a veces que requieren los cuadritos, but for the most part, they only require 1, okay? Don't forget to do the activities of your teddy book. Now, before we go, let's review one more time the sentences of today. And for this, I need your help. Please, let's start. The kangaroo lives in Australia. Very good. My mother is in the kitchen. Okay? The pumpkin is orange. And the last one. The snake is an animal of the jungle. Okay? Very good, my children. So that's it for today. Tomorrow we are going to continue with the verb to be. So if you have problems still with the verb to be, don't worry. We're going to work constantly with it on the next classes, okay? Don't forget to do the activities, okay? Don't forget also to review and remember the sentences of today. Don't forget also to review and remember the objects of communication, okay? Very good. And as always, don't forget that the teacher loves you very much. Take care, my children, and goodbye.